All right, and welcome to Mr. Castillo's Lessons in Color, part 3 of 3. We're going to talk about color schemes and what they are. Well, color schemes are one of my favorites in art because they are planned to organize colors. That's what color schemes are. So think of colors like musical instruments, okay? One color is your trumpet, and let's say red is your trumpet, blue is your piano, and yellow are your drums. Individually, they make a good sound, but you make music together with all three, and now you have a color scheme. Some colors work together, but others don't. For example, pink and orange are not a very good combination. Lime and purple, well, more or less. But we're going to talk about the four main color schemes, okay? So the first color scheme is monochromatic. This tends to be typically one color and its tints and shades and tones of that color. So for example, we can stick to color blue and have dark blues, light blues, and grayish blues. It's easier to organize. For example, if you want to decorate your home with monochromatic color scheme, you might want to get different types of blues, but it tends to be a little bit boring. Here is a guitarist by Pablo Picasso, which in his blue period created many works of art that look bluish. He's one of my favorites, the guitarist. Now, here is more about the tints and tones and shades, monochromatic. As you can see, the red can go to maroon or pink, and the greens can go to lime greens to hunter greens, and baby blues to dark blues. And here's with shades, okay? Here's some work of arts that contained monochromatic color scheme. As you can see, all one color and the different tints, tones, and shades of that color. And analogous color schemes are colors that are adjacent to each other on the color wheel and have a common hue. It's limited to 3 colors, but sometimes I let students do works of art up to 5 colors as long as they're together in the color wheel, like Cézanne's. Is it Cézanne? Yeah. Paul Cézanne's house in Providence. It's an oil painting in which you can see it ranges from yellows all the way to blues. Colors you will not see here are reds or oranges or violets. It only sticks to one side of the color wheel, and I think it makes a cool with a gentle warm touch of color schemes. Here is Georges O'Keeffe, famous for making flowers, and you can see she uses also analogous color schemes, sticking to oranges and reds and a touch of violet. Okay. Complementary color schemes are colors that are opposite to each other on the color wheel. These are the strongest in contrast. They can be very loud and call attention. So here is an actual billboard that was up in the New York area, and you can see in the billboard they use the opposites, violet and yellow, to catch attention to the people driving to get the message across. Here is Vincent van Gogh's Cafe Terrace. Okay, as you can see, Vincent van Gogh used a lot of complementary color schemes on his works of art, and this is ranging from the orange to yellows to the bluish to violets. Here's another one of Vincent van Gogh's works of art. As you can see, the dominant colors are green and red, which are opposites. And one more with the opposites, I would say blue violet to yellow orange. Vermeer, the milkmaid. Okay, notice her outfit really stands out. Alright, the triadic color schemes are composed of 3 colors that are equal distance to each other on the color wheel. Mainly, these are the primary and the secondary colors which are used the most. As you can see, red, yellow, and blue not only make a triadic color scheme, but they're also the primary colors. And the secondary colors, the red, the green, the orange, and the violet, also make a triadic color scheme. So let's look at some samples of triadic color schemes. Here is a work of art that I found on the internet. I have no idea who did it. I found it on the internet, thought it was really cool, but it did have the three primaries as the main colors, which is the yellows, the blues, and the red. And here's a watercolor that I found on the internet by Martha Kisling. Watercolors in the three secondary triadic color scheme. As you can see, orange, purples, and greens dominate this beautiful work of art. And here is Piet Mondrian composition with red, yellow, and blue. He made a lot of these back in the day in the 1930s to 1940s, and he's famous for these types of works of art. He uses the three primary colors to make triadic color schemes, works of art. A lot of use of line and white also. Now, there are warm colors and there are cool colors, alright? So to remember these, think of fire and think of water or ice. Okay, when you think of water or ice or cold, you think of the violets all the way to the yellow greens. In the warm colors, well, starting with yellow all the way to red and red violet. Okay. Here are some works of art with cool colors. I believe this is cool colors because mainly of her dresses that really stand out. And here's one with warm colors. You can see the difference. A lot of yellows and oranges to dominate. And my favorite work of art by Vincent van Gogh, Starry Night. I feel like this is a very cool color painting. I can imagine November, late November, where the air is nice and cool and crisp, and it's in the middle of the night, and just staring out into the peaceful landscape. Alright, well, let's take a little quiz. So, analogous color schemes are colors that are blank to each other on the color wheel. Analogous. These are colors that are adjacent or next to each other. When two colors are opposites of each other on the color wheel, they are complementary. Think of that. Complement, like you complement each other, like opposite sexes complement. Salt and pepper complement each other. Give three colors that make up a triadic color scheme. Well, three colors could be the primaries or could be the secondaries. My primaries are red, yellow, blue, and my secondaries are orange, green, and violet. A sample of a warm color, well, I'll think of fire and I'll think orange. And a sample of a cool color, I'll think of water and I'll think blue. So, bonus, watercolor schemes good for? Well, these are plans to organize color, just like the color wheel. Alright, your activity will to create three small paintings of a chameleons or butterflies and choose one color scheme for each. We are actually going to do analogous, complementary, and triadic. We're not going to do monochromatic. So here are some templates for the activities we're going to do, and I should show you some samples before we move on. So here's a butterfly in complementary color schemes. I should make this bigger. There we go. See, I'm sticking to tints and regular colors of red and green. So you don't have to stick to the full strength of the color. You could do tints and shades and tones. Here's complementary with orange, yellow and violet. Can you guess what this is? Well, this is actually a triadic color scheme with tertiary colors. Okay. Here's a triadic with green, orange, and violet. Another one, green, orange, and violet. Here's an actual monochromatic. We had some free time, so we did a monochromatic. Complementary. complementary, more complementary. What is this? This is complementary. And analogous. Colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. As you can see, this is my favorite chameleon. I tend to do this often. I think it's easier to work with than the rest. Here's another analogous. Another analogous. One more triadic. And a monochromatic. One more monochromatic. Alright, so let's talk about some real world samples. This is a museum in Corpus Christi in which you use trash to create works of art that they found on the beach. These are all plastic bottle caps. They had a cleanup effort and they were able to pick up all this, and the local artists decided to make a work of art display awareness out of it. Here are color schemes in our community. Remember Christmas, red and green. LBJ uses complementary color schemes. Okay, the gas stations, look at the gas stations, the colors on the gas station and the logo, they are blue and orange, which are opposites, which are complementaries. Here's a really nice Mustang, and there's actually several around the city which use the blues and the oranges. Okay, Los Angeles Lakers, they use complementaries. Okay, here is a auto parts store near us. You notice they use red and green as their here is a Family Dollar. I believe they use an analogous color scheme. So is Popeyes. They use an analogous color scheme. And two triadic color schemes. Taco Palenque, Palenque Chicken. These use triadic color schemes. So is Denko. Notice they use blue, yellow, and red. And FedEx uses the secondary triadic color scheme. So it's Fanta logo. And as you can see, the Easy Pawn, the Panos Bakery, they use triadics, yellows, reds, and blues. And the HEB, when it was the three primary colors and a bit of the secondary, complementary color scheme here, but overall triadic with the red, the blue, and the yellow. And now they also try to do a triadic color scheme with sort of a red orange and a blue violet, and but it's not as nice as it used to be before. And you can see even the weather doesn't cooperate. And once you go into the HEB, a rainbow of colors and color schemes everywhere. Analogous, triadic. Look, even the boxes contain color schemes everywhere. I love HEB. I've been to other grocery stores up north, and they don't compare to HEB. HEB is the best. I used to work at HEB. And here, even the brands have color schemes, triadic. Look at Takis, triadics. Okay, green, yellow, and purple, orange. They dominate. Look, Flexi Compras. They use complementaries. Carinos, complementaries, red and green. Okay, well, your project 2 will be creating a one-point perspective painting of your room or your personal space. Okay, here are some works of art by Vincent Van Gogh, because we used to watch a movie based on Vincent Van Gogh. And that'll be the end of part 3 of 3. I hope you enjoy the lessons. Make sure you do the activities. There will be other videos for activities. And thank you for watching.